think my absolute favorite type of content to make on this channel has to be, without a doubt, the Antonio Brown content. It never gets old for me. I think you guys love it as much as I do, and I'm excited to make another one. So what's going on, guys? Your boy Microphone back again with some more NFL news. And, well, for those of you guys that are bored at home, nothing to do, we're going through some tough times right now. Thankfully, we have Antonio Brown to keep us entertained. Now, there's a lot of news that I have to get to, so I'm just going to cut straight to it. But really quickly, guys, we hit 30,000 subscribers on this channel. Shout outs to you guys. Thank you for liking the content, subscribing, and turning on the notifications. Man, I made this channel about a month and a half ago, and I am so happy to see you guys are enjoying it as much as I am. If you're new to the channel, join the movement, drop a like, subscribe. We're on the quest for 100,000 subscribers, man, and I'm sure we'll get to it in no time. And also, really quickly, guys, on I made a gaming channel. It's called Flight Mike TV, where my goal is to pretty much just play video games with you guys. So if you guys want to come through, I'm going to be streaming later on tonight. A link to that's going to be in the description down below, as well as my basketball channel, my soccer channel, my Instagram and stuff like that. So we had to kick this video off with some great AB news, well, some interesting AB news, where he pretty much took a shot at Julio Jones. So pretty much Antonio Brown decided to go on Instagram, and he felt like it'd be a good idea to call out another top 5 wide receiver in the game, because for some reason Antonio Brown still believes he is the best wide receiver in the game, despite him not being signed to a team. And he went on to Instagram and he pretty much said this.
Buddy, yeah, tell Julio look up the stats. I got more touchdowns than Julio Jones had in the past 5 years, and I took a year off. So let's be real. When you talk to me, talk facts.
I don't know how you guys feel about this, because Antonio Brown's behavior is so bizarre that despite Tom Brady wanting to get him on the same team as him, despite Bruce Arians being this aerial genius that would have loved to theoretically have a wide receiver of Antonio Brown's caliber on his roster, due to Antonio Brown's diva antics, he was not able to garner enough interest from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to get signed to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And that's saying something. If Tom Brady wants you on his team, but your behavior is so bizarre that Bruce Arians is pretty much saying, someone that used to work with you before you became this head case, Bruce Arians says that he does not want to work with you, then that's saying something. And you have to understand, this is a guy that could probably be brought to the Bucs on a very small contract, and still, despite all of that, they were not able to get something done. And the general manager of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers had this to say. He said, "We feel like there's a lot of teams that are struggling to find one really good receiver, and we have 2 really outstanding receivers in Mike Evans and Chris Godwin. Right now, there's only so much money that can go around. There is no plan to sign any other receiver at this time. Antonio is somebody Bruce has come out and had some words about. Bruce knows him better than all of us. Right now, I just say that we're focused on other areas of our team," as the Bucs should, because I've said this in content in the past. I do not think the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are a Super Bowl contender just because they decided to sign a 42-year-old Tom Brady. Their offensive line still needs some help. Their defensive back still needs some help. Their linebacker still needs some help. Once they figure out how to fill those holes, and they still have an NFL draft, they still have some spare players in free agency that they could count on. Once they are able to fill out those holes, they have a great pass rush, they have a great offense, they have a great quarterback, they have a great coach. Once they're able to figure all that out, then I think that this team could potentially win a Super Bowl. So I tip my hat off to Jason Licht, or Light, I don't know how to say his last name to be honest, the general manager of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, for making this decision. But fortunately for us, Antonio Brown is a big boy, and Antonio Brown is going to move on. Now, we got this footage, shout out to NFL Season for uploading this footage, as well as the IG Live from earlier, where Antonio Brown decided to hit up his cousin, Marquise Hollywood Brown, and Lamar Jackson, and Jerry Jeudy to work out together. Now, you need to understand, I think Jerry Jeudy and Antonio Brown have worked out together before. Lamar Jackson and Hollywood Brown are obviously connected in the sense that they're teammates. Hollywood Brown was drafted by the Baltimore Ravens last year, and he had a pretty good first season with the Baltimore Ravens. He's actually one of the stars that I think is most likely to break out this NFL season. Be on the lookout for that video, by the way. I've gotten your requests. We will be doing breakout stars eventually, but pretty much all these guys got together and decided to have a work out with each other. So obviously the connection is there between AB and the Ravens. I feel like this is a very likely destination for Antonio Brown because you have to think about it. His cousin's already on that team. If Antonio Brown begins to become a little bit of a head case, then, you know, his cousin Marquise will be there to calm him down, who would understand him better than his own family and his own blood that plays the same position as he does. Furthermore, this is a perfect fit for him because you have Lamar Jackson. He's an up-and-coming quarterback. You have Greg Roman, who's a phenomenal offensive coordinator. And you have the Baltimore Ravens, who, you know, they have Mark Andrews, they have Marquise Brown, but they aren't necessarily known for having an insanely deep wide receiver core. So they could definitely use a player like Antonio Brown to put alongside Marquise Brown in order to really enhance their aerial attack. Now, you can see that they're just, for all you know, I've said this before, there's been videos like this that we've done before with Dez Bryant training with Patrick Mahomes, and even Dez Bryant and Dak Prescott, I think, got a workout in together, and there's been rumors of Dez Bryant coming back as well. For all you know, nothing could come out of this. You know, I've made content like this on my basketball channel before where Carmelo Anthony was working out with the New York Knicks and the Brooklyn Nets, and plenty of Brooklyn Nets players said that they wanted Carmelo Anthony on their squad. But despite all of that, it didn't make a difference. Carmelo Anthony ended up signing with the Portland Trail Blazers. So for all you know, this could be just players getting together and training together, or this could be something that is way, way bigger. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below, because Antonio Brown and Jerry Jeudy have done these workouts together before. But even furthermore, Jerry Jeudy is actually a very similar player to Antonio Brown. He's by far, in my opinion, I know a lot of people may disagree with this. I know that this is a very deep wide receiver draft. I think Jerry Jeudy's the best route runner in the entire draft. And I think as a result of that, his work with AB kind of makes sense. Maybe because they have a similar style, they decided to train together. You can make a bunch of stuff up and interpret this in a myriad of different ways. At the end of the day, do I think that the Baltimore Ravens will sign Antonio Brown? I think they're the most likely team to give him a shot, because the Buccaneers aren't going to give him a shot. And if he's training with Lamar Jackson, if he has ties to the Baltimore Ravens, if his cousin's already there and the talent's already there, I feel like the Ravens are the most likely to give AB a shot. Now, if it's not the Baltimore Ravens, I think the most likely team, and I'm not saying this because I'm a fan of them, but I think the most likely team to sign Antonio Brown other than the Baltimore Ravens would have to be the Dallas Cowboys. They just lost Randall Cobb in a very bizarre way in free agency. I don't know if you guys are aware of this. Randall Cobb just went to the Houston Texans on a 3-year, $27 million contract. I don't know if you guys have heard of that. So the Cowboys definitely could use some wide receiver help. They have Michael Gallup, and of course they have Amari Cooper that they signed to a 5-year, $100 million contract. So if Antonio Brown isn't that expensive, and if nobody really wants him, if nobody is giving him a chance, I could see the Cowboys swooping in, giving him like a smaller deal or a 1-year deal, or that's kind of like a prove it type of deal, just to bring him in, because Antonio Brown is a very popular guy. He, like, every time, like, you guys know, he's probably one of the most polarizing players in the entire NFL. Jerry Jones would love that press on his team. So I feel like the Cowboys would probably be the most likely to sign him if it wasn't the Baltimore Ravens. But let me know in the comment section down below. Do you think that this is a fit that will work? Do you think that the Baltimore Ravens will potentially sign Antonio Brown? Or do you think this is just two players just getting together during these tough times and working on their games? Or do you think Lamar Jackson is trying to see whether him and Antonio Brown would work together on the field, whether their chemistry will be straight, and whether they'd be able to accomplish stuff together? I want to get your thoughts on this topic, so let me know in the comment section down below. I'm your boy Mikerophone, and by the way, I did plan on uploading the biggest winners of free agency yesterday. I had some uploading issues, so that video will be up for you guys tomorrow. I'll catch you guys then.
Like, even like with myself, they was like, you know, Floyd gonna end up with nothing. I made smart investments. That's why right now, with this huge with this huge shit that's going on, all this crazy stuff that's going on, my investments are still paying off. And this is not about throwing this in nobody's face or showing out. This is saying that I'm glad while it's a recession, I can still feed my loved ones.